This is Life's a Pitch TV. Main sponsor, DPS Tech. Also supported by Lakens, all about hearing. GBS Builders, Seckford Golf Club, Ashford Wright, John Keeble Cars, Venue 60, The Hudson Group, Sound 4 Pro Audio, Come Hither Design, and Suffolk Sound. Charities this year: Cancer Support Suffolk, Forget Me Not Golf, and Combat to Coffee. Welcome. Oh, they're in fine voice. Welcome to the DPS Tech Arena for this week's edition of Life's Pitch TV. I'm your host, Mark Murphy. Wherever you are watching or listening, you are most welcome. We have got a packed programme tonight. Let me introduce to the team. He's back, Terry Butcher. Hey! The ever-present Russell Osman. Hey! Also in the Sound 4 Pro Audio production suite, we have Richard and John, everybody. Hey! Getting us on air every week. We've got Sarah Jane and Leslie as our floor managers. Whee! And of course we have our capacity crowd. And we've got the Churchman stand sponsored by John Keeble Cars. Whee! And the North stand sponsored by Ashford Wright. In fine voice, good to see. We need a special guest, and this week it's Simon Milton.
There you go.
Welcome back to the settee.
Thank you very much.
Good to see you. Are you looking very trim, very fit?
Yes, I think the last time I was here, I needed a driver because I was still not driving for 6 months due to my seizure, nothing else.
Yes.
You know, so nice to be driving again, and maybe last few months just making a few lifestyle changes, dropped a bit of weight. So if Kieran needs me, I'm in much better shape.
What was your playing weight?
My playing weight was about 11. When I finished, was about 11.
Okay, and how are you faring now with that?
Yeah, I am. I'm less than a stone off my playing weight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm about 12.7,
okay.
12.6 right now. So. But if I get that call, you know, listen, I'm
come January.
Exactly.
You know?
I'm more than happy. Well, I'm a free transfer. I'm not connected to anyone. So actually,
I think you'll be a non-contract player, to be honest.
Yeah. Listen, there's plenty of players out there, Terry, who are earning an absolute fortune with Saturdays off at the moment, isn't there? Do you know what I mean? These squads, they're absolutely massive. So I'd enjoy that. But no, thanks for asking. I feel in great shape.
No, that's good.
He looks well, doesn't he? He looks very well.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And 10 years of your Future Stars charity, isn't it?
Yeah, and which is unbelievable. I set the project up in 2015. Left the club full time and set up the charity in 2017. So this October we've got this massive party, which is our 10-year journey, how it started, how it's going, what we're going to do next. So really, really proud of what we've achieved in that time. You work in the charity sector, you know how difficult it is, and you know how important it is to raise the funds to make a difference to the lives that you're looking after. So yeah, we have this big party planned in October, which is all about our journey, and also a thank you to all the people that have supported us, and some individual stories of the lives that we've changed of the people out in Africa. So very proud of what we've achieved as a team out in Ghana.
Where's the party?
Party's in Ghana. Otherwise, I know you'd be there. You'd have all been invited. But we've actually got the venue we've been given is the British High Commission. So the British High Commission in Ghana have been really supportive. I think when you first came out with us, Terry, do you remember you got invited to the British High Commissioner's house because they knew that we had the former Ipswich Town and England legend in the country. Terry got invited, and me and Titus had to wait outside in the car park, I believe.
It was very nice.
Yeah,
Well,
right.
very
I've
nice.
moved on
It
now.
was bone china. We had to drink it like that. It was very nice. A cup of tea.
But
I think the best thing is with the charity Future Stars is that when people put money in, and obviously the corporates put the monies in and all that sort of, which is brilliant. They can see a result of that money. It's not just you put it in and then you never know what they're going to do and how they're going to spend it, but you actually see what's being spent. Because you say that, right, there's going to be a project on the toilets, there's going to be a project on the classrooms and then the kitchen. This is what we're going to do, and you do it. And that's the best thing about it, is you do it. And people go out there and they want to help because they see so much poverty and so many kids, and they come to school and the way they're dressed and everything else. But you do see a result, and I think that's so important, and so it makes it so much easier when you do give money.
Just explain, Simon, how it works for those who've not come across Future Stars.
So I'm employed by a shipping agency, and I got headhunted by a shipping agency. The chairman of the shipping agency is a massive Ipswich Town fan, and his company is based all along the West African coast. But he asked me to help him design a project that gave something back to the local community to actually satisfy that company's corporate social responsibility in that area. It was as simple as that. And what we've grown from that has been amazing. So like most charities, you're trying to keep your expenses down as much. It's like a small business, but you're trying to keep your expenses down. So we don't employ anybody in this country. So we employ everybody in Ghana. I've got a board of trustees who are all volunteers in this country. We have someone who helps us with our marketing and someone who helps us, which is my brother, with our accounts and our company records and our UK Charity Commission reports and everything. But the rest of the money that we raise goes directly into Ghana. Like Terry says, and we might have a campaign to fund a minibus or a campaign to fund some toilets. And the minute we go out there, that's exactly what it goes to. I've been working with the PFA recently. I went to the awards and I met up with a load of guys who regularly go to South Africa. So they go to South Africa for like a week to 10 days and go and work in some of the townships and work with some of the clubs in South Africa. So I've been pushing them and saying, listen, don't go to South Africa. Come to Ghana. Look how many South Africans there are playing in the Premier League and the Championship, and then have a look at the Ghanaians. There's Ghanaians everywhere now. So I'm delighted to say in March, I've got 8 people from the PFA coming out to Ghana. They're going to work in the schools. They're going to meet some of the academies out there. So it's a really big thing for them as well.
Well, there's just one thing that would possibly make me want to go to South Africa would be the vineyards.
Yes.
Are there any good vineyards in Ghana at all? Have you sussed any out?
No, we'll import that for you. Terry. It's
Back to
funny.
the High Commissioner's Butch.
Yeah, the High Commissioner. Yeah, we'll definitely have sort of food and drink available.
What is the local tipple?
It's like a
Little cocktail?
they like a cocktail in Ghana.
Yeah.
They like a rum. I mean, and the thing about Ghana is what people don't understand. There's massive oil, there's massive shipping industry and oil and gas, and there's minerals, and there's gold, and there's cocoa. So there's a lot of revenue. There's a lot of business. If you go to Accra, I can take you to restaurants and bars and hotels that you wouldn't believe are in Ghana. And then you go to a school that's got absolutely nothing in the same area. Yeah. So there's some fantastic places. We've got a lot of people coming out in October to come and join us. People have been supporting us. But I absolutely love the country. I love the people. They're so welcoming. And as I said, we've got this great relationship with the High Commission. The High Commissioner said, listen, come and have your party. That's what we're for. We're supporting UK businesses, UK charities. We love what you've done. And they will, of course, invite lots and lots of people who may be seeing us for the first time. So as well as a celebration, I'm going to try and use that as a recruitment tool to get more donors on board once they see, what we do. And so that's part of the party because it's the biggest event that we've done. We did a launch party, 7-8 years ago, but this is our biggest event that we've ever done.
You'd have to come back and tell us how it went.
I will do. Yeah. I'll share
Sounds
some
fantastic.
videos,
Send us some photographs from over there, and we'll put them up so people can watch on the YouTube show.
No, thank you.
But it's something you're really passionate about. We can see that.
Yeah, and one, I've let my guys out there put the video together. They got all the footage. We got somebody who's really good with their media side. My country manager, who Terry's met, Emmanuel, is first class. So I let them do it. And let them run the whole thing, the journey, the video, and we've got kids from the schools performing. And then when I come up, my time on the stage is actually like a sales pitch. But before I'd start my sales pitch, I pay tribute to the team. I've always been in a team. There's pictures of my team in and around here. And being part of a team is an understanding that, well, every single person in that team has a job to do. And that's why I'm so proud of this team that we've got out there, because they all know their jobs. It's more than a job for them. It's like their life. We've now taken them out of whatever job they were doing, and now they're working, giving something back to the local community. So I'm very proud of that team. So it gives me the chance to actually explain what they do and how proud they are. And we've got people who have been with us. You met Silas. He's been with us for 10 years. First coach we employed, Emmanuel's been with us for 10 years. And then we've got Caleb, he's still an apprentice coach at the moment. He's like 19 years old, and I met him when he was 9. So he went all the way through our school, and because he'd done so well, we now employ him. So the change in that boy's life is unbelievable. Yeah. So I'm sort of equally as proud of what we're achieving now as what I achieved on that post day in 1992, getting promoted to the Premier League, because this is a second career, and I just love every minute. Can't wait to get back.
It's more like that's a fantasy, getting to the Premier League and everything else. Yeah. But this is real life when you're out there, because one of the schools you took me to, they didn't have any toilets. They had trees in the playground and things, and that was the toilets. Yeah. And how can that be in today's world? But it was. But you get those toilets built. You've improved the lives of so many people, not just the products that you build, the kitchens and everything else. You've improved their lives, and going to school now is a big thing for them. It's an enjoyment, whereas before they weren't doing that.
The school in Ghana it's like the children's sanctuary. The school is better than their home. The school is better than their area. So when the bell goes at 3:00, when they go home, they don't go home. They want to stay because it's the best place they go to. We do a breakfast club now. We provide lunch. And you can imagine the parents in the morning getting their children ready, and how they get their children to look so good in their uniforms when you go back and actually look at their houses. They get them off to school and they go, get yourself to school, get your breakfast at school, do your sports coaching before you go to school. So it makes such a difference. It's not like going to school in this country where you push your children to school. I mean, every day, go on, get yourself to school. Whereas they go to school and they can't wait to go to school. And I love the enthusiasm that they've got in school. You walk into a class and you ask one question in front of maybe 30, 40 children, and every single kid wants to answer. And if you just walked into a class of 12-year-olds and said, right, what I'd really like to do is I'd like to hear someone in this class sing a song in front of the whole class, and they'd all put their hand up.
I wonder how many people would put their hand up in here to do that.
Listen, and a UK school, you wouldn't get a child anywhere near that. But these children, it's like they're not embarrassed. They're just enjoying it. They see it as their chance to perform, and so they are happy kids, smiling kids. And my last point about the toilets is, when we built toilets, in my mind, we're building toilets so they can go to the toilet. But what we didn't understand until we worked with another charity was, for the girls, when the girls reach puberty and they get to an age, they just don't come to school. Why? Because they haven't got a lockable toilet to have the privacy to do what they need to do. So now, just by building the toilets and having a lockable door for the girls, and now also my staff have an office at the school where they've got all the sanitary towels, they've got everything that these girls need. They go off, they come and get them, they go to the toilet, lock the door, which means they have another day in school. So in my mind, I had no idea that was what we were, what was going to be one of the, the biggest things that come out of building the toilets. But everything you're learning, you're constantly learning.
Well, I think it's fantastic what you're doing, don't you, everybody?
Yeah, no,
brilliant.
Thank you.
It's amazing, and a little bit goes a long way, doesn't it, really? No game to look back on the show this week. International break. Any thoughts on our international teams? Terry, England, for instance, 5-0, Serbia?
Yeah, it's 5-0. I mean, it was everything they did sort of went right, went correct. It was a great watch, to be honest, which is not like watching England recently under Thomas Tuchel. But he made the right choice, played the right system, and they went out there. Serbia didn't play that offensively, but they did come out a lot more than Andorra did and everybody else did. So they were able to pick off, England were able to pick off the Serbs, win the ball, and then they got terrific pace up front, apart from Harry Kane, but he just puts the ball in the back of the net. But, you know, the pace got them out, the counter-attacking, or the transitions as they call it now. It was
Russell's favourite word, that,
I
isn't it,
actually
Russ?
really enjoyed it, yeah. I enjoyed it because of the Andorra game. I fell asleep twice. So there we are.
Twice. What woke you up in between?
That was my tea. I had my tea.
Oh.
What did you make of it, Russ?
I didn't watch it, Mark.
Okay.
I missed that one.
Yeah.
You missed Andorra.
Yeah, I missed Andorra and Serbia.
And Serbia. Well, we won 5-0, just so we're fine.
I saw the scoreline, which surprised me.
We're only 5 points. If we get 5 points from 3 games, and then we're there.
We're not conceded.
Come on.
We're not conceded a goal, and you know, I didn't watch it really, but I had my eye on both games, and yeah, the first game was horrible, wasn't it? And the second game was much more free and much more open. And you've got players really staking a claim now, haven't you, going into that squad and showing what they can do. So
well, there's no Bellingham and there's no Saka, who will probably be automatic choices. So. And it just showed the freedom. And I thought, Elliot Anderson of Newcastle. Anybody really heard of Elliot Anderson until last year? Possibly not really. But I thought he was terrific in there. He just dictated the play, the tempo, got forward at the right time, and that released Declan Rice to get forward. And you've got Morgan Rogers. You've got some really good attacking players.
But they don't give away silly goals either, do they?
No, they don't. And I thought the 2 centre backs were really good. Gay and Konza looked really good. They never had a shot on target, Serbia. They were very poor, and it had been like a fortress in Belgrade for them in the recent past. So yeah, it was an impressive result, and I think the way they kept on going as well. You know, they got to 3, they got to 4, and then they got to 5 again. And I was so surprised even Rashford scored. So he must have been playing well. Yeah.
But Russ, good to see so many of our players out on international duty. Not obviously in the calibre that we had when you guys were playing, but it's quite a few of our squad out and about doing the business.
We had a few lads representing Ireland. The skipper, obviously, and Mr. Smottish, but he's picked up a little niggle somewhere down the line. McAteer came off the bench, didn't he? But, you know, I think they had a disappointing result, didn't they? They got beat 2-0, so... It's great that they're away on international duty, but under the circumstances back at the football club, I bet Kieran McKenna wished that they were all present and correct, and I bet he wishes none of them went away.
Yeah.
Because he's got to do a lot of work with them in a short space of time now.
And he has been doing that, Milt, hasn't he, behind the scenes?
Yeah, I believe they've had a intensive couple of weeks when normally your first international break, if you've started well, it's like have a bit of time, have a bit of a rest. But because we've had so many players just come in, I think maybe had some friendlies behind closed doors, start looking at the team, start looking at the shape. Obviously, a few players being away, international duty, so you can't get everyone. So in the next day or so, they've now got to prepare because all of a sudden the transfer window is now closed, and now we've got to get some results quickly. We're starting on Friday. It's absolutely vital. We can't wait anymore.
He's got to go with that 25 he's got.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy, isn't it?
Or 26
yeah.
with
and we're actually playing against a team that's worse than us. So yeah.
At the
you
moment.
never know.
But you wouldn't have known. You wouldn't have got odds on that. Sheffield United and Ipswich being where they are. Yeah. But you know, I think once we get going, we've got the capacity to have a really good run and win a lot of games. And you know, but we ain't got going yet. And the minute, if we don't get going quickly, I mean, look at Middlesbrough. Imagine Middlesbrough 2 weeks off. Right. They'd have had 4 or 5 days off, I reckon, in the middle, and they're 12 points out of 12.
Been in Dubai, haven't they? Having a
and we're
weather training.
Yeah, exactly. We're 9 points behind straight away, so it is important that we get a result on Friday night. I think people have been supportive. I think the fans are, still turning up in their thousands, and people coming to the game and getting behind the team. And now I think it's about results now.
I think one thing that has surprised a lot of fans, and me included, is just the amount of new players. When I thought we were going to have a fairly, we'd lose a few, but we would still have the nucleus of the Premier League team and the team that took us up. But
you got
so new, isn't it?
Quite a few loans. 5 or 6 loans that came in last season, plus the ones that are out of contract as well. So there was always going to be a fair chunk that's going to go, and which they did. So you got to replace them and try and replace them with better. Whether we have or we're not, the jury's still out. But you've got to introduce it, and what you've got to do, in like Thomas Tuchel with the England manager, you've got to find the right blend. You've got to get partnerships, centre backs. You got the wingers and the full backs. And the pairing in the middle of the park. You've got to get relationships. You've got to get them together, because at virtually every position, there's playing next to a guy that's just come in. So, and it's finding the right people for the game.
It's actually quite a big game on Friday night. One is at home
for both clubs. Yeah.
One is at home. It's against a team that's bottom of the table, which some people will say that's should be an easy win for us. But I don't think it'll be an easy game at all. If it doesn't go our way, there's 3 games then, 2 away and 1 at home, before you play the Norwich boys from up the road. So that 3 games in between.
You were waiting for that, weren't you?
Yeah. If you get a win Friday night, I think great. 2 away games, 1 home game, and then we have the derby. Bang, bang, bang. I think we got Portsmouth in the middle of that. So. Yeah. Obviously, Chappers won't be playing for Portsmouth that day, will he?
Do you think Núñez will get himself ready for the Norwich game? That'll be an interesting one.
I think that's the game he's targeting himself for, I think, yes.
I think Norwich will be targeting him, I think, with a few players. So, yeah, but it is. You just want to get going. I mean, this time last year, 2 years ago in the Championship, after 4 games, we had 9 points, won 3 and lost 1, and the one we lost was against Leeds, so that could have gone either way. So yeah, it's different. It's a different start, but you want to get winning as quick as you can. We remember when we had 82, I think it was, where we didn't win a game until September, late September or something like that. And we won 6-1 at Notts County, and then we started to climb the league. It's getting that first win.
Who got the one for Notts County?
I think you did, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
It was a peach as well.
It was
your favourite own goal?
It was a right wing cross. It came into the 6-yard box, and I've hooked it out with my left foot, except it went in the top corner. I think we were about 6 up at the time, so that made it 6-1. And I've looked around at Paul Cooper, and he's just laughing his cap off at me. And I said, you could have gone for it and made an effort. It flew in the top corner, didn't it? Yeah, Christ, yeah.
I thought it must have been somebody else that's done that, because it was wow. Yeah. It's not like you, because you normally volley it like 50, 60 yards away.
I was like bed up, yeah.
I think what I see so far, the difference when we got promoted from Division 1 to the Championship. As we've just come up, I think every team came to Portman Road and just went head-to-head with us, because we've just come up. Now we've come down, every team comes to Portman Road and they set their stall out totally different. And we've got to find a way to break that down, because we know that's what's going to happen. You look at the Derby game. I interviewed Jacob Greaves after the game and said, I sit here every week thinking, I'd love to be playing out there. But that second half against Derby, I was more than happy sitting watching that, because it was horrible. I'd have been frustrated just like everybody else with the ref, decisions, the time wasting, and Derby knew exactly what they were going to do, and they got themselves in front. And
teams will have seen that, weren't they, as well?
Yeah,
that's what we got to expect it now.
I was going to say, teams now. You look at Birmingham in the first game. Obviously they've come up. But they just went, right, we're gonna unsettle you, we're gonna rattle you, we're gonna physically walk all over you. So you've got to fight the fight to earn the right to play. So we didn't quite do that at times. And then you look at the way that they were so streetwise. Derby were unbelievable.
I read an article by Johnny Giles, who, for those who don't know, he was like the midfield general for Leeds United in the day when they were all called Dirty Leeds or whatever it was, and they went around apparently kicking people off the park.
He was an assassin, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Johnny Giles.
But he said...
I loved him, he was great.
But what people forget is that we could play too. So, yeah, we'll say that, yeah, we could handle ourselves in a fight. We've got Norman Hunter, we've got Jack Charlton, we've got myself, we've got Alan Clark, we've got Joe Jordan up front. We could all hold our own and we could scrap and battle with Billy Bremner and Johnny Giles in there. He said, but don't forget, all the other teams we were playing against had the same sort of players. But we got players who could fight and could play. And that's what we had to do. Because we were a good side, we won stuff then. But we had to fight our way. And we didn't have a fight week in, week out with every club. But when it came to the big crunch games, when he played Chelsea, for example, he said that they got Ian Hutchinson up front and they got Chopper Harris. So that was a proper scrap first. And then whoever was playing best on the day won the game of football. And sometimes you've got to be ready for games like that and just roll your sleeves up and mix it a bit.
I mean, some of our players, if you look at them, you know, they're slight of frame, but we have got one or two now that are, you know, big buggers, aren't they? You know?
The championship season, which I'm talking about, when we started that season, we've come out of Division 1 and just one area of the pitch, we had Massimo and Morsey. And Massimo and Morsey don't get bullied. They bully people. And they were two men who knew exactly what they were doing, got us out of Division 1, used to the championship, and now we've changed the central midfield pairing. We've got talent in there, but you've got to show it. You've got to do the fighting. You've got to show that you can stand up to whatever is thrown at you, and then impact.
You've got to earn the right to play.
Impact the game, haven't you? Do
you think Matisua, whatever his name is? I think he's competitive and he's strong. He's not the tallest, but he gets stuck in.
Yeah.
He got Kayust as well. No, Kayust a little bit more. He's not that sort of player. He's more, like a Bellingham. He's a strider.
He's a decent size and he's super talented. So,
but we'll soon have this.
We'll see. Yeah.
Oracle from up the road in Carrot Road. We'll soon have Nunes there. So
yeah.
But I don't know what you can expect from him. No.
He's not one. I don't believe he's one to get stuck in and take the game by the and he's the talent. He's the one who wants to get away from people and set things up. He's the attacking, option for the manager to fit him in. We've got a lot of players. I can't wait to see Akpom playing. I think he
plays on Friday.
I think he's got a real chance. I think he
sort of put him in behind the striker, didn't he? And I think that because he had that great shot with his left foot just over the bar.
Yeah.
And you sort of think, well, he's got that. I can't believe Ipswich Town player having a shot from 25 yards. It was amazing.
He glides, Terry.
It wasn't on target, but who cares? It was lovely to see someone hit it.
Didn't it?
But you can see when he dropped deep to pick the ball up, and he just glides through. You can see he's an athlete. You can see that he's had some very successful seasons in the championship.
He'll be number 10. He'll be a number 10.
In
behind, and then you've got obviously the Scottish international up front, George Hurst. So, you've got that, but you. On the left-hand side, I mean, what was his Agelli, the young boy. He can play on the left and the right. And he's got pace, good left foot on him.
Yeah.
And you sort of think, well, we've got that.
Scored the other night, didn't he? Two assists as well.
He did, but he's one of these players that excites you, but he's still very young. Like you think of last year, the players that we had that were young, but we didn't really know much about them, but they impressed us.
19 get him on there too,
Yeah, it's something like that. Attacking wise, we're not too bad, but it's on the right hand side where we just really sort of struggle now. We struggle with Wes. We miss Wes. We miss Morsey. We miss Chaplin as well, and I just still don't understand why we released Chaplin on loan. So, we're missing key players like that made a huge difference when we got into the championship from League One. So we've got to get over that. They've gone, they're not there, they're not available. So we've got to do the business. But who plays on the right hand side?
Very eagerly looking at the lineup on Friday night, waiting for it to come out.
Obviously, this is the manager's job. The manager's job is to get the players in that he thinks are going to be the best and to pick the right team, get some results, and then we all, in 4 weeks' time, in 6 weeks' time, we all go, "I got it now," or we go, "What happened there then?" Do you know what I mean? That's why the manager's job. You know,
Yeah.
you've been managers, both of you. You know, you make your decisions backed up by the recruitment team, your coaching staff.
Well, in my
and then
case,
you-
they weren't the right
No,
decisions. They weren't the right
you're-
decisions.
it would have been you, wouldn't it?
No,
You know,
I know, but it's not going to be like the championship of 2 years ago,
No,
without a
it's not.
doubt, because
No.
we're not going to. We had an unbelievably good start. You know, there was a big undefeated run, and right early on that set the sort of standard, and the goals we got and the points we got. It's not going to be like that. It's going to be a bit of a dogfight, probably up until Christmas, and after that, I think then you'll start to see that continuity, that understanding really take effect, because they, you know, have signed some good players.
I agree. It will take time, but you know, that's one thing in football people don't have anymore. You don't have loads of time, but it will just getting 3 points on Friday night at home with a massive crowd going into the weekend. You know, it's amazing how the feel factor would be walking up the training ground and going around the town and everything. You know, it's like, here we go.
Yeah,
Whereas
that's
if
what we need.
don't get that, it's just hopefully it comes next. You know, you'll.
Okay. Well, it's this is going to be a difficult bit, this next bit, because it's time for this week's Player of the Week, sponsored by GBS Builders. Any thoughts, Butch?
Yes, I have.
Chaplain.
Yeah, Sindre Wale Egeli,
Okay.
because of what he did with the Norwegian under-21s. Have you seen the goal?
No.
It was a hell of a goal. It was left foot.
And 2 assists as well. wasn't it?
25 yards it was, or something, 22, 23 yards. It's a great strike. So, yeah, I think there's not many other contenders, are there?
I'll agree.
Milts?
Well, we'll get him on, shall we? Well, yeah, I haven't met him yet. I'm sure coming from Norway, he'll speak good English, because they normally do, the Scandinavians.
Yeah, they do.
But I was going to say, what about Russell? Because what did you shoot at Hindlesham in the golf day last week?
1 over.
1 over par at Hindlesham. You know,
Get that handicap
that deserves
right.
a mention, doesn't
It
it?
does, yeah.
Yeah, that was with a triple bogey on the 4th.
And probably an hour where it absolutely smashed it down,
Yeah,
didn't
it
it?
was a bit wet.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
we battled through that.
Yeah.
Well done. Well done. Now, we've had a little feature on the show recently where we've been getting some programme covers, and Patrick Barker watches and listens. I think you know Patrick Milts very well.
Very well.
And we've got a few programme covers that you feature on the front. I think we can have a look at one of those now. Look at that. Look, there he is.
Look
What's
at
that
that.
on top of your head then?
Sexy
Look,
boy.
What is, honestly,
Got hair, look.
honestly, I don't know what I was doing then. I should have just shaved it off when I was about 25, I think.
Close your
In
eyes.
a
off.
lovely Feiston shirt
Yeah.
for those who are listening.
My daughter's delighted. with
Yeah,
that.
I think. Well, we'll cheer her up with a couple of others. I think we've got a couple of others we can show.
Have you?
Let's have a look and see what we can find. Any other programme covers of Milts? There's another one. Look,
Oh, he's still there.
yeah, still there.
Look at that programme. How much is that? 80p?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The tide's gone out a bit on your hairstyle, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Down the sides. Yeah, a bit like mine at the moment, yeah.
It's working its way
starting,
back.
It's starting to go, isn't it?
It's working its way back.
I think there might be a third. There we are. Look.
That's
Nice,
me in the
yeah.
thick of the action.
Yeah.
You can see.
We're going to show a picture in a moment, which I think is one of your favourites. But before that, I have got a fact file that Patrick sent me. We did this with Jason the other week, and the boys have had me do this to them as well.
Jason, how many did Jason get right?
None.
It was fun.
So I don't know what year this was, but this is the fact file that you filled out for Shoot magazine or something, whatever
Yeah.
it was. Favourite other sports other than football?
Surely I put golf.
No. Snooker and boxing. Did you have someone fill all these out for you?
At the same, yeah, Mike Noy probably.
Favourite newspaper? Doesn't exist anymore.
Christ.
Today.
The Today.
Yeah. Favourite roommate on away trips?
I had a few. Matthew.
Chris O'Donnell.
This was a long while ago.
Well,
Matthew wasn't
okay.
even there.
This is going well, isn't it?
You remember
Yep.
Chris? Do you remember Chris O'Donnell?
Yep.
Favourite food and drink?
Steak and chips.
Chicken in cream sauce and a lager shandy.
I don't think it's mine.
Come on, we're going to get.
I think it's Doz's. I think it's Doz's.
Well, it could be favourite singers.
Oh my God! Going back then, it would have been some soul
Yes,
singer.
it would. Yes.
Luther Vandross.
Luther Vandross.
Yes. That one was mine.
Favourite away ground.
Oh.
This is. I was surprised when I read this. It's a.
Did they have a plastic pitch?
They did.
Was it QPR?
Luton.
Luton. Ah.
Luton Town.
It was 1 out of 2, but you got it wrong.
What was your favourite?
Favourite hobbies.
Did I put fishing?
You did.
Well done. I used to love fishing.
you did.
We go fishing.
Favourite TV programme, comedy show. Come on, you're always praising Barry from Bar Personnel for one of his bits of memorabilia.
Oh. Did I put
Comedy show.
Friends? Cheers?
Only Fools and Horses. Of course. And there's a couple here, which I'll come to in a moment or two. But nickname. Says here you've had a few.
Definitely. Because of my Barnet, as you saw, people used to call me Shaky, after Shaking Stevens. But not anymore. They call me Smoothie now.
Well, actually, it says here your nickname was Silky.
Silky, oh yeah, a couple of Mr. Vray, I think.
And Tintin.
Tintin, yeah, that was.
That's because of the Barnet as well.
Why was that Tintin then? It was Tintin.
Because he
He had a little quiff,
didn't he?
he?
And a dog. Whereas I've just got the dog now. The quiff's gone.
And I'm really pleased that you're sitting that end of the sofa and Terry's on the other sofa, because favourite all-time player.
Oh no, not the Argentinian. Mauricio Tarico.
Yes, that's the one. That's the one.
Yes. Yeah.
Brilliant. Yes, we'll gloss over that bit very
Yes,
quickly, I
please.
think. Very quickly. But Terry, there's another programme cover of you, and you're getting a new car. Yeah. Tell us about this wonderful car that you got there. Can you see that? It's a bit of a shine on the picture, but there you are, getting handed keys to a new car.
Yeah, there was a shine because of the reflection from the car, because I never cleaned it after that. That was the.
Is that a nice
cleaners'
car
thing.
that you got?
No, it was a Renault. I can't know what number it was or what make, but it was all right. But the thing was, it was the garage that sponsored me. They were from Norfolk.
Ooh.
I know, and just north of Diss, so I had to go and get the car and cross the border and then get back into the promised land. So yeah, but it was all right. That was fine.
What other cars did you have then? Did you have some nice ones?
I had a Fiat Super Mirafiori, and my sister's dogs went in there when we were at a cafe somewhere and ate all the upholstery. You remember we went to England and we were with England and Gary Birtles. Remember him? He had a Jaguar.
Yeah.
Beautiful leather Jaguar. But he had 2 dogs.
Yeah, they ate it.
They ate inside as well. They chewed all the headrests and everything else.
The steering wheel.
Steering wheel.
Yeah. What about you, Russ?
Well, I had one from.
Yeah, I used to service your
yeah.
G-Wagon, your Mercedes G-Wagon in my old career.
Yeah, I was spoiled there.
Red one, wasn't it?
Yeah, everybody got the sponsored cars, and I was banned from driving for a year.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Should have checked with you before we started this little feature.
No,
then.
it's no problem. It was my own fault for having.
Because BT used to say that he was lined up for, I can't think what it was, an Opel Manta GTE or something, and then Maras turned up, and as part of the deal, Bobby gave him the smart car, and BT had to have something slightly less sporty.
I bet he was happy then.
They wasn't. No.
No.
Did it happen in your day, Milts?
No, I had the sponsored car for many years though from the Marriott Motor Group now, but it was Barnard's at Stowmarket, and just a succession of Golf GTIs, so not a crazy car like you see our car.
They've still got the franchise, haven't they?
They've still
Barnard's,
got it. Yeah. Barnard's
good
is
golfer.
all part of it. Yeah, Paul.
Was
I was dealing with when I first went there. Jack Barnard was the head of the family, and then it was Harley Barnard. and now it's Paul.
Paul,
Yeah.
yeah.
So big family business.
Yeah, nice lad.
But yeah, just around that time. But I do remember John Dean telling me a story when he was at Ipswich, and he talked about a car that he had, the last car that he had whilst he was playing down the road at Norwich. They got him a Ford Capri, and it was like some of the Ford Capris that I saw at your event recently.
Yes.
But not only did they give him a Ford Capri, on the bonnet where there was like a raised bit in the bonnet where the engine was so big, and someone painted a picture of his face on the bonnet, and he had to drive that round. No, that was some crazy things that happened in the 80s.
They used to put like the club crest on the cars, the sponsored cars.
You couldn't leave it anywhere.
We couldn't leave Suffolk. You couldn't drive it around anywhere. It was a target, especially up the road. You know, the enemy territory up there.
I got done for speeding one night and had my name on the side of the car, Lancaster Garages, blah, 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 blah. You can get cars from other garages, of course. And it was about 1 o'clock in the morning, and I got pulled over by the police, and he was asking me name and everything. And I saying, well, you know, is it your car? Yes. What's your name? And I felt like saying, can you not?
Yeah.
I thought, not a good time to have an argument there.
No.
What are the players getting now? Is it the Audis, isn't it? No, at Portman Road?
There's a lot of Audis in the car park. There's a lot of Lamborghini Uruses in the car park. So if you don't know what that is, go and Google them. But yeah, it's an amazing array of cars.
Bit different. Your Renault then, Terry.
now.
Yeah.
You wouldn't get one of them sponsored.
But I mean, if you're like superstar footballer sort of thing, and you got your own Rolls Royces and all these something, as some of the players have formerly, like Calvin Phillips had. And
We had a
all that
Rolls
sort of
Royce last year, didn't we?
yeah. And Marcus Rashford's got 2 and smashed one up, but there we go. So would you then lower yourself to drive an Audi?
Well, no.
I don't know.
No, you know, I think those days have gone. You know, once you get to that top level, they're young men with you know, obviously great big contracts, and you know they like their cars, and you've seen, you know, there's a lot of things that happen now on social media that you see, and you get somebody standing outside the entrance to Newcastle United's training ground, and they just film every car going in. And then they put it on social media. Here comes this player. Here comes this, and you know you're talking. Some of those cars are the price of a house
and more.
You know, so it is crazy. But that's that's up to them. And it's all good when things are going well. But when you're losing 3 games on the trot and you're driving in a car, you know, expect a bit of stick.
Yeah.
Obviously tinted windows.
Yeah.
You know, I would think.
Just a quick word as well. Mick Mills. We do keep asking him to come on the show, don't we?
Yeah, he keeps blanking me.
Yeah. So if you see Mick at the football, any of you or anybody listening or watching, say, we want you on Life's Pitch, because he's just blanking us at the moment. But,
yeah, he'd be fantastic.
But he
Got
was
some great
talking about
stories.
you the other day. Sarah Jane was listening and reminded me of this. He was talking about when he would lead the team out, and the last 2 would be you and Mariner, causing mayhem, banging on the walls and giving it all this kind of stuff. Yeah. Was that you to get psyched up?
It was a bit louder than that, Mark.
Sorry, I didn't want to break the television up here actually.
Yeah, it was funny. I told the story before about. It was funny. We played Serbia. England played Serbia. That was in the Belgrade. That's where we played Yugoslavia, and it banged on the tunnel because there was a delay, and it put the fear of God into the Yugoslavs. It was brilliant. You saw it in their eyes. They were petrified. They thought we were mad. That was me and Tony Adams. It was when Tony was sober at the time, you know, so we were fine. And we were 4-0 up after 20 minutes.
Brilliant.
So, yeah, I was on TalkSport today, I think, and I just said maybe they did the same thing, the England players against Serbia, because we were 2-0 up.
To do Friday night.
Yeah. But it used to be the time when you could do that, wasn't it? And you can't do that now because
Intimidation.
they're all foreign anyway, so they wouldn't understand what you're doing anyway.
Yeah.
Can we just say well done to the women debut in the WSL 2, losing 4-0, but it's going to be a big step up for them.
Yeah.
Down in Southampton, your old patch, Russ.
Mm.
We wish them all the best for the season, but it's good to see them
tough
up
start,
and running.
isn't it?
Yeah, tough start.
And they're now at Colchester United's ground.
Colchester
as well.
United, yeah. Right, just some quick notices, some parish notices. The deadline to pre-order the John Walk book, He's Here, He's There, is Friday. It's in the shops from October the 2nd. Walking author Neil Prentice will be at an event as part of the Ipswich Book Festival. That's on Saturday, the 4th of October, 4:45 at St Clement's Arts Centre. Just go to Ipswich Book Festival online and you can book your tickets for that. I think that'll be a really interesting book because Neil's books about George and about the 81 boys have been really, really good books.
It'll be a brilliant book, but when you actually said about Johnny Walk being at a book festival, I'm like, oh my God, he would never go to a book festival unless there was a bar, probably.
Do you reckon he'll read his own books?
No, it's got plenty of pictures. It's got plenty of pictures in it.
Let's be fair, you're right. The last book was exceptional.
Yeah.
Absolutely exceptional. And this one will be no different.
Yeah.
And we're glad to be going to their event to help them promote it as well because John's had the most amazing career. The amount of times he was, he came back to Ipswich and had the success in our team as well as the success with these guys. And football was his life. I think he was playing well into his 50s, wasn't he? That's his life. So I think it's be a really, really good.
Did you not, when he played, when he trained with us and then he played, did you not sometimes, it was just so difficult not to just stand there and watch him and what he do, and he'd do things simply and do them well, pass the ball into the back, into the opponent's net, the headers and everything else.
That's when he came out to train.
Yeah, that was It was Friday, wasn't it? It was normally Friday, yeah.
Man Friday, because we used to call him Bob Geldof because he didn't like Mondays. He never trained, and George was the manager at this, and just like, what he go, you training today, John? He go, what are you doing? Oh, we're going to go for a run around the town. No. I'll see you later. But, it was acceptable because he was like God in our dressing room. He could do whatever he wanted. Yeah. And you're right. When you're doing a finishing session, you're going out in the afternoon and maybe taking the strikers and the midfield players out. And a finishing session, whether it's heading, crossing, one-time finishes, he was head and shoulders above anyone I've ever seen. Anyone, especially in the air. My God, he could jump. He would jump and turn his head that way and put it in that corner. And then he'd go, don't go for that. Would he? You could hear him saying that. Don't go for that.
He was a natural though, wasn't he?
Oh,
from the goal.
My God.
Must have been an interesting read. Right, it's time for Ask the Legends. You weren't here last week, Butch. We had Mr. Sheepshanks deputising for you.
And how did he do?
And you'll be pleased to know you're still 4-3 up.
I was 4-3 up when I left.
Yes.
Anyway, yeah.
And you still are.
Oh, it must have been a good...
Yeah, you still are.
It must be good questions.
Yes, they were. So here's Tony from
tennis one last week.
Seckford Golf Club to give us the questions this week. There's home and away. Tony?
Okay, so I've lost track of who's choosing.
Sheepshanks went first last time.
So that was you. So your turn then.
Yeah, I'm going to try and pull level with a home question.
That's the hardest one.
For 1 point.
Okay, we're going back to 1984-85 when
God.
Ipswich beat Sheffield Wednesday 3-2 at home in an FA Cup replay. Who came on as the substitute to score the winner? Was it Trevor Putney, Nigel Gleghorn or Alan Sunderland? And you played in it, I think, Russ.
What was that?
I think you played.
What, and I didn't? I played?
No,
Oh.
I think.
So what are the three choices again, Tony?
Alan Sunderland.
Yes.
Oh, well done.
Oh, yes, Russ.
Drawing level 4-4.
Yeah, the other two couldn't score for toffee, could they?
Terry.
I'll go away.
Well done. Is this for 2 points, isn't it?
This is for 2 points.
Okay.
I might have to make a hasty exit to the car park, I think.
Okay.
Who won the 2025 Super Bowl?
Who won the 2025 Super Bowl? To go 2 points ahead, Butch. Do you know, Milts?
No.
Yeah, they beat.
Round for
They
Russ, have you got any ideas on this
The
one?
ones with the big pads in there.
That's the ones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the ones.
they beat the Kansas City Chiefs.
That's true.
Ooh. Okay.
You get nothing for that.
Philadelphia Eagles.
Correct.
Butch, that's amazing.
Right, I declare now. I declare.
6-4. Well done, Butch. Well done. Excellent. It's time now for our new game, Life's a Pitch and Putt, sponsored by Seckford Golf Club. Right, Milt, your chance now. You love your golf. Up you get. We've got 6 balls for you to have a putt with, and there's the target down there for you to aim at. The leaderboard at the moment has got David Sheepshanks, John Walk and Russell Osman at the top with 75. Then Tommy Smith, playing with a right-handed club, but he's left-handed, got 50. Butch, Murph and Dozza, 0. So that's the targets to beat. And you've got 6 balls, which Tony will place for you. Yeah, it's not exactly smooth. It's not exactly smooth. So encourage him, everybody, when he's having a go at this. Look, come on. Encourage him.
Go for it. Go on, Simon. In the hole. Go on.
Oh, no. 5 more to go. Come on, Milts. Oh. Number 3. Come on, get in the hole.
The suspense is killing me.
Milt, I think you better look next time.
So 4th go.
It's not going to get there.
So close. So very close.
Don't get your putter out of the car, Mills.
And again. So close.
2 posts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, we need a 75 to go top of the leaderboard joint or 100 to go top. Come on, Milts. Come on, give them some encouragement, everybody. Come on, Simon.
Well done, Milt. Well done.
20 points for Simon Milton. Well done.
Maybe I should have gone that way first.
20 points. Well done. Fantastic. Not as easy as it looks. It really isn't. Right, it's time now for On This Day in History.
Right, Mark, on this day in history from Dan Botton's book, Ipswich Town on this day. We're looking at Saturday, the 10th of September, 1955. Ex-teammate of mine, Robin Turner, was born in Carlisle. The striker showed fine loyalty in his town career, which saw only 22 league starts over 9 years. Fair play, Robin. I think he's a funeral director in Ireland now, isn't he?
He's back in Ireland, yeah.
Yeah.
But he was an unsung hero for us. Well,
Very important
did he
goals
play
in
the FA Cup.
in the FA Cup. Yeah, scored at Highbury in the semi-final and scored
Bristol?
Bristol Rovers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
in
scrambled
the snow.
one over. Also on Saturday, the 10th of September, this time in 1983, Stoke City were crushed 5-0 at Ipswich as Town stayed on the heels of West Ham United at the top of the First Division. Surprise, surprise, John Walk hit a brace.
I remember that game because we had to mark a guy called Brendan O'Callaghan up front, big striker.
Good
And
initials.
His initials were B.O. and he absolutely stunk. You didn't want to mark him because the smell was horrendous.
I'm glad I reminded you of that.
Yeah, it smells. I can still smell
But
it.
he was a big
horrible.
fella, so you had to mark him all the time, didn't
Yeah,
you?
I had
Because
to
I
mark
just
him,
had the
yeah.
little,
Yeah.
So
So you didn't get too close then?
Well, as close as you had to. Yeah, that was about it. God, it was awful. I
We
mean,
had-
somebody in that dressing room must have said to him, like, and the only thing that I had this situation in my career where it was a kit man that stunk at a club I was at. So the guys were said, well, how do you tell him that he smells, that he's got BO and all that sort of thing? So, because some people have that, don't they? They just exude that smell. But so they said, look, we're going to be subtle with what we say. You've got to be subtle. So the guy says, I'll do it. It was one of the guys. So he went outside and bought 24 cans of Brute. And he gave it to him. Just said, here, mate, you better use these. This will last you a week. So you let him down very gently.
Charming, isn't it?
That dates it as well with Brute, doesn't it?
Yeah. So it was a few years ago.
Cool,
Do you remember the game against Stoke when Fergie and Brazil they had Fergie chasing the ball around the change?
That was when we could have a bet. Footballers could have a bet. That Bobby had a bet. The two Bobbies and Alan Brazil. He was deaf in one ear apparently. What he used to say.
This was at Stoke.
Yeah, so we were was it 2-1 up or something in the game, and then went to 2-2.
Yeah.
So to win the game, they changed Alan and put him on the wing, the left wing sort of thing. But he stayed on the right wing, stayed well away from Bobby Ferguson and Bobby Robson. So after the game, and the two Bobbies were going apoplectic. They came in the dressing room, and Bobby Ferguson chased Alan Brazil into the changing room. But they just filled up the bath. It was quite a big bath. They just filled it up with really hot water. So Alan went inch round the side, or the tiles and that, to the far side. So Bobby would have to go into the water, and it was too hot. I'll get you, Brazil. I'll get you, Brazil. And we honestly thought he was going to kill him.
Yeah.
Honestly thought he was going to kill him.
Yeah.
But no.
There would have been blood spilt if they'd have got hold of each other.
So what we really want to have had in those days is like a Netflix behind the scenes, because I think it'd be far more entertaining than the current ones we see.
It's far more entertaining than the games, I think. Yeah.
Scary.
It was funny, but
You wouldn't get 20 in a bath though, would you?
no. Great. There was communal baths were brilliant. Did you have the communal baths in that time?
Yeah, it was still there when I was there. We just recently did a new stadium tour, which is amazing because the amount of changes that's happened. But what was obviously the first team home dressing room is now the away team dressing room. And then the first team home dressing room has moved down the end, and it's much bigger and it's much better. And we were talking about, the big bath, which was all run, wasn't it? You had a line of showers and the big bath after the game. So there's nothing better than sitting in that bath in a load of hot water when you've just won. Do you know what I mean? Just talking about the game and what you're going to do in the evening.
Lighting cigarettes for Alan Hunter and Kevin Beattie.
I know.
Taking the tops off
bottles
the
of
bottle
beer. What you didn't want to do is drop the soap.
Just leave it. Yeah, just leave it.
Was it carbolic soap? The red stuff.
Yeah.
Sensational stuff.
And then come out and put your Brute on.
Yeah, put the Brute on.
Happy days. Splash it all over.
Yeah, lovely, isn't it?
Still got any?
Was it Kevin Keegan that advertised that as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it Henry Cooper? Was it Henry Cooper?
Henry Cooper.
Yeah, splash it all over.
Yeah. Barry Sheen.
Yeah.
Hero.
Is your hero, Barry
Hero
Sheen?
of mine, Barry Sheen, yeah. Top man.
Excellent. Right, now we've reminisced about TV adverts. Time for this week's Man v Fat results. Another busy night of football for the Man v Fat lads saw a group loss of £12, bringing the season total to just over 11 stone lost, which is amazing. Players of the week were Gary Nightingale for his 5% loss and Phil Brown for an incredible 20% loss since he joined us. Unfortunately, they're both Spurs fans, so we'll probably throw it away by Christmas. His words, not mine. This week's results from Ipswich. Oh, there's some new ones in here. Big and Athletic, 7. Gluten Town, 9. Portugal Fatsuma, 7. Ozempiakos, 13. RB Liposuction, 7. What Food FC, 7. Leighton Oreos, 11. The Pink Panthers, 6. The Blubber Blues, 4. Ips Chips Town, 12. Hey! Well done. Best wishes, they say, to Town on Friday. Milt, it's been great to have you back on the show. Good luck with your trip back to Ghana for future stars. Give him a round of applause for all of his great work that he does.
Thank you.
Brilliant. Quick prediction for Friday night?
3-1 Ipswich Town.
Okay. Russell.
2-1.
To Town.
Yep.
Okay. Terry.
2-0 Town.
Okay. I'll go for 3-1 as I'm behind Beattie's
Clean
bar.
sheet.
Fingers crossed. We will see that. It's going to come at some point. We're going to start flying, aren't we? Thanks, guys, very much. Thank you, Capacity Crowd. Thank you for listening and watching. We're going to leave you with Simon Milton's favourite photograph. Now, for those who can't see this, if you're listening on Suffolk Sound or on podcast, Milton, this is your favourite, isn't it?
So this photograph is like a massive high point in my career. I didn't play for England like these two guys, because otherwise it would have been an England photo.
Just found out Walker's getting a drink.
Yeah. That if someone would have told me that I'd have had a photo like that in my life when I was a child growing up, that is me playing for Ipswich Town in the Premier League, scoring a goal at Portman Road. That's Darren Anderton against Spurs. So, yeah, that was a special moment. But it also makes me think about all the people in my life who helped me get there.
Yeah, it is a magic
all
moment.
My coaches,
really
yeah.
The lovely Feiston shirt with the red lace, and you kept the lace in.
Yeah, I've still got that shirt. I've got a few. I've always done well in keeping memorabilia because I think it's so important.
Yeah.
So I'm going to hand that down. So it's going to be all over your house when you get older. Can't get rid of it.
I'd love to know what you think of Dad with all that hair and his sort of...
She never knew me with hair. Yeah, she's not 35.
Bless. Anyway, we're done for this week. We'll be back again next week at the usual time. So have a great weekend, everybody. And Blue Army! 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 This has been a Life's a Pitch TV production. Main sponsor, DPS Tech. Also supported by Lakens, All About Hearing, Seckford Golf Club, Ashford Wright, John Keeble Cars, GDS Builders, Venue 16, The Hudson Group, Come Hither Design, Sound 4 Pro Audio, and Suffolk Sound. Our charities this year: Cancer Support Suffolk, Forget Me Not Golf, and Come Back to Coffee.